Hi, my name is Kayla Hawley. I'm an exercise physiologist at South Central Foundation. Thank you for joining. We're going to get moving with resistance tubing. You'll need your exercise tubing and a chair for today's workout. We're going to begin with our warm-up. So I'm going to set my tubing down and we will start. So how we'll do this is we'll spend about 25 seconds per exercise, and we're gonna see each exercise twice. So the first thing we're gonna do is actually just march in place. So we're gonna get moving, lifting those legs up with the arms, and as always, your pace is up to you. So if you wanna get moving quickly, you can, or if you're just kinda getting started and need to take a slower pace, that is awesome as well. Very nice. 10 more seconds, marching out in place. 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're gonna take a width at least hip width apart. Arms are on the back of your chair. We're at a slight plank. We're sending those hips back into our hip hinge, stretching out our hamstrings, shoulders, and back. And then we're moving through at a comfortable pace. Very nice, nice big stretch. Good, and 5 more seconds. Alrighty, coming up out of that stretch, and we're gonna march it out again one more time. We'll march in place and then we'll take it back into that stretch. Great job, 15 seconds. Nice work, coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, final set of these hip drives, finding that plank on the back of your chair, or maybe you're at the side of your table or desk. Sending our hips back, looking to lengthen out. Ten seconds left. Good, and last repetition. Excellent, and rest. All right, next set of warm-up exercises, we're gonna begin with side stepping. So we'll take a couple steps in each direction. Nice work. Getting warmed up, getting ready. 10 seconds left. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're pairing that warm-up exercise with single arm rotations. We can use the back of the chair or the side of your table or desk. We're gonna rotate open, looking back at our hand. Your hips naturally move with that arm. Great job, 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. All right, one more time. We have our side steps and we'll follow our side stepping with our arm rotations. Nice work. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and finished. All right, finding that slight hinge position, rotating open, looking back at our hand. Way to go, we have 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and finished. All right, we have one more pair of warm-up exercises. This last set, feet about hip width apart, we're just gonna comfortably rotate and kind of let the arms swing. And if you notice, my feet aren't stuck to the floor where I'm just twisting my back. It's okay to let the foot and the hip move with your arms, and we're rotating side to side. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, and then that's paired with another exercise here where we'll use the back of the chair. This time we're gonna take a small step, drive the hips. This leg that's left in front, we're getting a nice hamstring stretch. We'll step forward, take a small step back, drive your hips, step forward, small step back, drive the hips. Good. Alternating sides. Your hips lead the way, so press those hips back. In 5, 4, 3, 2, good. Coming up out of that stretch, we have one more set of our trunk rotation and our hamstring stretch. Rotating side to side. Hopefully your bodies are feeling ready to go. We are just about done warming up, and then we'll start our strength exercises with our tubing. 10 seconds left rotating. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. All right, last set here. Take that small step back, drive the hips, lengthen the forward leg, step forward and alternate sides. Great job. Let's get one more repetition on each side. And last one. All right. Excellent. So now it's time to bring in your resistance tubing. So I'm going to grab my tubing from the floor here. We have 2 exercises to do. We'll alternate them for 2 rounds at about 40 seconds each. So our first exercise, you have options. If you want to fold your tubing in half, I like to hold right through the canvas loops there and then the end of the tube. You need to be able to pull your tubing apart and bring it to your chest. If that's a little bit too much resistance, you can wrap it around your hand so you have a single tube and then you can pull apart that way. So you shouldn't have pain in the shoulders. It shouldn't be so tough that you're shrugging your shoulders up to your ears. We need to keep our shoulders down and be able to pull apart. So for 40 seconds, we're going to squat, sitting our hips back, reaching our arms in front. We're gonna come up and pull the tubing apart at the top. So again, you're leading with the hips, you're coming up and pulling apart. All right, 40 seconds, get ready in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Hips are back in the squat, stand tall, pull apart. Squat and pull apart. Very nice. We're breathing, we're controlling this resistance here. We're not letting it fling our arms forward. Great job. Less than 15 seconds here. In 3, 2, 1. Excellent, and rest. Okay, exercise 2. We're gonna take our tubing. We are gonna stand on the center of our tubing with one foot, and then from there, we're bringing our hands up. The tubing is behind our arms, and we have a little bend in the knees. We're gonna press and alternate which arm we're extending overhead. So if your tubing is, if the resistance is a bit much, feel free to set your tubing down and go through this motion without the resistance. Ready, set, and here we go. Alternate the press. 40 seconds of work. Nice job. Anything overhead with resistance or weight can be quite challenging. So way to finish this out. 20 seconds left. Way to go. Hopefully you've noticed you can bring your elbow down towards your ribs. We don't have to stay up high this way. Good. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and finished. All right. So as I mentioned, we're going to do that for 2 rounds. So we have 1 more interval with each exercise. We're back to our squat and pull apart. I'm going to go back to my double band, or remember you can go single band. Find a comfortable stance. Imagine that chair is right behind you, driving your hips back, coming up out of your squat, pulling apart. Great job. We have 20 seconds left with our squat and pull apart. Good, 10 seconds left. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. Excellent. Let's give those shoulders a little bit of a rest here before we take it overhead. So remember, we're stepping on the tubing with 1 foot. We're anchoring it. We have a little bend in our knees. We're bringing our hands up. Elbows can be down below our shoulders. Alternating press, get ready, and here we go. Nice work. We are getting there. We have 20 seconds to finish out this press. Way to work. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, good, and rest. Excellent job. All right, we're coming off of our tubing, so grab a quick drink if you need it, and then we're moving on to a new pair. So if you're grabbing water, I'm just gonna go ahead and explain these next 2. So we can fold our tubing in half. This time we're not going to be pulling it apart. We're just using it to maintain an overhead position. So when you bring your tubing overhead, we want to draw our shoulder blades down. And if you can, you want your tubing right over your head and not necessarily out in front of you. So bring it up, maintaining that overhead position. You're either going to reach back and come forward, touching your toes back and coming forward, or if you'd like to go a little deeper into your lunge, you can go that way. So 40 seconds, overhead hold, alternating lunge in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Stepping back, coming up, or tapping and coming up. If anyone's having any shoulder pain or mid-back pain, we can always bring those hands down and keep the tubing at chest level. Great job. We have less than 20 seconds here in our lunge. Five, 4, 3, 2, excellent, and rest. Awesome. Okay, shoulders are getting a little break. We're going to our biceps. So depending on the resistance in your tubing, 1 foot would be less challenging. 2 feet, creating a little more resistance and a little less of the tubing to work with, would be more challenging. So find your resistance, soften up the knees. We're curling and controlling as we open up. Here we go, 40 seconds. Nice job. Way to focus on your form. Take your time, control as you open. Keep that tension on the tubing. Excellent work. 10 seconds left. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. All right, coming off of your tubing. So round one is complete. We're getting ready to go through those two things again. So beginning with the overhead lunge, or again, if you need to hold it at chest level instead of overhead, that works. All right, 40 seconds in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Great focus, we're almost there. Ten seconds left. In 3, 2, 1, and finished. All right, lunges are complete. Let's finish out the round with our bicep curls. So find your tension. I'm going 2 feet on my tubing, creating a little more tension. Soften up the knees, nice tall posture. Ready? And let's curl. Here we go. Excellent job. Last little bit of strength here, and then we're gonna get into some aerobic type exercise with our tubing. A little bit of coordination work. Nice job. We have 20 seconds left with our curls. Ten seconds left. In 3, 2, 1. Very nice, and rest. All right, grab a drink if you need it. And when you come back, our tubing is going to be on the floor. So I'm gonna be moving the chair off to the side, and we'll be using our tubing in a couple different positions. So first, I'm gonna lay my tubing long because I'm using it as a placeholder, and I'm standing to the side of it. So these intervals, they range from about 30 seconds up to a minute. The first one, it's more of a balance focus. So we're gonna step over the tube. So you can either treat it as the low tube that it is and just take a step over and balance, or if you want to pretend the tubing is sitting up a little bit higher, work that hip mobility, you can lift the leg over, and then over this foot that steps down, we're gonna try to balance. So step over, single leg balance. Step over, single leg balance. Good work. Over, balance. Way to take your time on that balance. If you lose your balance, you can always put your toes down, kind of establish on that foot, and then step over. Good. We have about 30 seconds left. If you're ready to progress, you can balance, extend your leg, bring it in, and then step over. Balance, extend, bring it in, and then over. If you don't like that part, or you just want to keep with what you were doing, that's totally fine as well. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Great balance, and rest. We're gonna turn that into a jog in place or a quick march in place, and then you're stepping over your tubing. So maybe 2 to 3 seconds of a march or a jog, and then you're over. Good, this one's getting our heart rate up, where the other one we were working more on stability and balance. Nice. And it's okay if we get breathing a little bit. We're working hard, so you can expect to be a little bit winded. 8 seconds left. And rest. Nice. Okay, now we're gonna take our tubing. We're going to, I call it a rainbow. It's a tall rainbow, but you're standing right in between your tubing. So for 30 seconds, we're gonna lead with our right foot. So we're gonna go out, out, in, out, out, in, leading with the right. Ready? And here we go. Right, left, right, left. Excellent work. At the 30-second mark, we're gonna pause and we're gonna switch our lead foot and we're gonna lead with our left. Way to go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and pause. Leading with our left, we're going left, right, left, right. Ready? Here we go. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. I'm a natural towards my right, so it's good to practice this left side lead. Great job. 15 seconds left. Good, and rest. All right, so now we're gonna take our tubing and we're going to squat on the outside, step to the inside, narrow squat, wide squat, narrow squat. 30 seconds, get ready, and here we go. Nice, nice footwork, nice coordination. Less than 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so those are the movements we're going to repeat one more time. So I'm gonna take my tubing, I'm gonna lay it long on the floor, and we're gonna start with that balance movement. So stepping over your tube, we have our plant, find your balance, plant, find your balance, or plant, balance, extend. Good. The other thing is when you step over, if you need to hover the toes and not pick the knee up as much, maybe you're still working on it. Good. Excellent work. "30 seconds left. Way to finish strong. Good, in 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're taking it into the jog or march in place. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. We're doing great. This is the last round with these 4 movements today. We're moving, we're challenging ourselves, marching quickly, stepping over. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and finished. All right, taking your tubing, creating that tall rainbow. We have our in and out footwork, so stepping to the inside. First 30 seconds, we'll lead with our right foot. Right, left, get set, and here we go. Right, left, right, left. Nice job. Coming in on 15 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and pause. Okay, going to our left foot, left, right, in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Left, right, left, right. Good, way to get those arms involved. It's like we're running in place, but out, out, in. Nice, 10 seconds left. In 3, 2, 1, and done. Okay, brief moment. We're going narrow squat inside, and then we'll step out into a squat and back to the inside. Ready? And here we go. Hips back, hips back. This is where that pace is up to you. You can go with kind of that quick pace in and out, or if you need to set and pause, whatever works for you. You have 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and done. Awesome. Okay, so we just went through a series with the tubing on the ground. Now the tubing is coming up to our hands. So go ahead and pick it up off of the ground. And if you don't have tubing, by the way, maybe you've just been following along. Of course, you can use something that is like tubing, or for this portion, you can find a hand towel or something that you can hold on to about like that. So I'm gonna fold my tubing in half and then in half again, and I'm gonna grab right through those canvas straps and then the end of the tubing. So exercise number 1, we're gonna start so that we're side facing. The tubing is down towards the knee. We're gonna come up and then bring it to the knee. Come up to the knee. Up and over, up and over. Ready? And here we go. Lift and down, lift. Good. Great job. I didn't say how long we're doing this, but you probably guessed it's about 30 seconds. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Keep the tubing in your hands. We're gonna alternate stepping forward. It can be a shallow knee bend with rotation. Step back, shallow knee bend with rotation, or it can be deeper, whatever you'd like, but we're alternating legs. Great balance and strength. If you've noticed your knee, we don't want it falling in. We want to keep it in line. Keep that knee right over the ankle and midfoot. In 5, 4, 3, 2, good, and rest. All right, now tubing in hand, we're gonna step out, drive our hips back, reach low. We're gonna come out of this position, overhead at center. Reach low, overhead at center. Nice job. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, so we need to repeat those movements for one more round and we are gonna be finished up. So with that tubing in hand, we're starting with that, I call an up and over. So if your legs out in front, your arms are long, we're hinging at the hips, bending through the knees, we're up and we're over. Up and over and begin. Good, I think of loading the hips and then powering up and set. Power up and set. Power up and set. Doesn't have to be a deep lunge. Can be here. Good work. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Excellent. All right, catching our breath briefly. We have our alternating forward lunge with rotation. Get ready. In 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Rotating towards the leg in front. We are coming in on the end. We have the rest of this interval and one more exercise. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, last working interval today. We have stepping out into that squat, reaching low, powering up at center, loading our hips, powering up. Ready? And here we go. Final 30 seconds. Awesome job. I can feel that good energy. We're just about done. Last 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and finished. Nice job, everybody. We have completed Get Moving with Resistance Tubing, Volume 3. If you have time to cool down, always a good idea. Drink some water, get a few stretches in, and have a great day.